the electric piano. I saw it yesterday, and I'm really excited by things like that. I think they're brilliant, and I wonder who plays it in here. I wonder if it actually does get played. I hope it hasn't got a lock on the cover, because I think that's really tight. I love places that are really functional. This room is extremely functional. It doesn't try to hide it in any way. It's been said that it's been oppressive, but it looks like it's been made to be extremely solid. It looks like whoever built this room, built this building, you know, meant for it to just last. You know, there's things in here that are just exposed. You know, no one's covered up, recessed the lighting or anything like that. It's not pretty, but it looks solid. In the back, there's all electrical circuit boards and stuff like that, you know, the fuses and stuff, and the big heavy switches, you chunk them down, you turn it on, the lights go, you know, it's tough. You know, if the building could be like a vehicle, it would be a lorry. Do you know what I mean? It's just solid. These chairs, from another room, clearly, because this room seems like it's been doing quite recently. It's probably like, they're like conference chairs. Just had many people sitting on them, watching PowerPoint displays and eating quiche. I want to know what's behind that curtain, and I wonder what that
This room could probably do with a good clean. I think it wouldn't hurt to get a broom and maybe a mop and get up some of the fluff and dust that's on the floor. I can see a particularly nice pile over there. There's quite a few things in this room that I'm not quite sure what they do or what they're for. There's a black box over there with like a little round blob on it, and it looks like you should be able to plug something into it, but I don't really know. It's a bit terrifying. And then there's another black box up there with a blue dot, and it looks a bit like something you could get the internet out of, but I wonder how you get the internet, because you have to have a code to get in the door, so I can't imagine they're like free and easy about giving the code out for the internet. There's quite a few things back there as well that I'm not entirely sure. There's a big yellow line that's kind of tracking from the ceiling to the floor, and there's a bit of yellow tape that just goes across underneath that window there. And it's like they seem like they should be related, but I'm pretty sure they probably aren't related. And I think there's a torch with a bit of yellow on it as well. There's like this like trio of yellow. That's kind of confusing me a bit. I quite like the steps in this room. They're quite nice to sit on. They're a good height. And they lead into the room where I haven't been. That's quite exciting. So.
Predictably, now I'm going to speak. And I think the most interesting thing, because suddenly the room is being cut in terms of what I've got to focus on. And I'm not going to focus on any person, I'm going to focus on a brown paper bag with some innocent pink sticking at the end. Because that paper bag was, yesterday, if I looked at that, I wouldn't have known what it was. And today, I know that about 4 of us we had pink paper bags on our head yesterday, and that bag took on a very different function as to what it has done today. And it's just an innocent bag. and I know that somebody's bag here is not their actual bag. It looks like an innocent bag. Yesterday it would have been any other bag, but now I know it's the bag borrowed from her friend because her own bag got too wet, so she couldn't bring it in. And I've suddenly realised that a long time ago, little things like that didn't matter, but I look at my blue bag, and I know that that blue bag is 6 years old, and it still hasn't broken at all. And so you start looking at people's little bags, and you think, where's that bag been? And then you think, am I really getting to the age where bags become interesting? And I'm not interested in the sort of the bigger things, but it's kind of, it is a bigger thing because that little bag, that little function, it goes with you, and you take it with you, and it becomes a thing. It becomes the preparation for a workshop. It's a friend's bag, and it means a lot that your friend has given you a bag for you to borrow, or it's a blue bag that you bought when you were 16 and it was really expensive at the time. You thought that's a bit much for a bag, but it's still with me now, and it's been absolutely everywhere. And now it's in a room at the top of a building in Leeds, and I haven't been to Leeds in a very long time. And as some of you found out, I don't know the geography of Leeds very well, but I do know, looking over the view here, that we are quite far north. I recognised a few towers. When I was coming in from Chapel Allerton this morning on the bus, I got my bearings pretty quickly, and yeah. I'm using that pause because it's quite nice, because it's a break in a thought pattern. I wondered if the music was going to come in or not, but I'm glad it didn't actually.
There's me again. Back to the fabric of the room. I've been looking around, and there's a fan. There's an extractor fan, and it's
I do kind of agree that the room is functional.
It's super functional, but it's only functional if you actually make something worthwhile with it. Because I mean, we could come in here and we could have done something very, very different. We could have used every single electric jack, socket, etc. We could have put a fan in here. We could have put a paper shredder. I don't know why I want to say paper shredder, but you know, you could have done some interesting sounds with that. So yeah, it's super functional if you want to be high tech, but it's also super functional if you want to do a workshop on silence, which, although we are using electrical goods, does potentially require you not to use that many of the electrical things. But as we're coming to find out now, hearing a baby cry and then speaking after it is a bit of a jig.
I thought it was interesting when they started saying little bits and then sort of using that as a platform for what they were next going to say, rather than just a random monologue.
Yeah, they started to kind of feed into each other's at one point.
So people were like pausing, like you did earlier on when you were talking about wearing black, pausing, and then when it was their turn to speak again, reconnecting with what their earlier train of thought. Yeah, I quite like that as well. People enjoy watching it. How much longer could we watch it for? I liked it when Mark started to talk about like the function of the sound, and it started to all we're talking about the action in the room, that kind of makes sense as well, for it to be kind of connected in some way. Just think how to...
They're quite differently paced as well. I think that's what kept it interesting, because the voices were quite different, and with sort of different speeds and different tones that kept it interesting.
And what about the pauses?
Yeah. And because you're kind of you're looking for waiting for who's going next.
Yeah, because you didn't know who it was.
Because you don't know who it is to begin with.
Yeah.
I actually really liked it at the very beginning before any of them spoke.
Yeah.
I thought there was a really nice kind of tension between them and between them and us. It was just, I don't know why, but I kind of felt compelled to get my camera out because there was something really nice going on in the way that they were just being in the space and kind of waiting for it to start.
I thought Danielle was going to speak first because she did something with her mouth. And then you spoke and I was like, oh. Just...
And I found myself sort of closing my eyes and just listening rather than watching. It got almost kind of uncomfortable to watch at times, because I know if I would be up there, I'd find it very difficult and be because I mean, how did it feel doing it? Did it come quite naturally, or were you? Oh God.
I don't know. I'd spotted the bag, and I thought, and then I just started speaking. And then I did, run out of mileage. And then I was waiting for my brain to think of something new.
That introspective feeling that came from the previous exercise was with me during this one. Kind of wasn't able to reshape that. So I was supposed to be talking about the room, and I kept thinking about what I was feeling about stuff. I suppose that's okay, wasn't it? Because we were still talking about the room, but I still kind of felt more like I wanted to be more emotionally expressive than descriptive.
I breathed a sigh of relief when you brought it back to just things in the room, because for me that's it streamlines it. Just I mean maybe
It forces failure, I think, when you ask people to do internal monologue. I like that.
yeah.
So that worked for me quite well. So
It's a thought destructive process, isn't it? I mean, you're asking someone's thoughts to be analysed, and you can't. It's very, very, very difficult to think, express, and speak at the same time.
yeah, I mean, there's no right answer to that. It's
Very,
just
very
a
difficult.
stimulus that brings forth lots of different things. But I do like the fact that you will come to the point. Everybody, or not everybody, but most people come to the point where they've run out of some stuff to say, and I like the quiet that opens up then. And there's lots of different qualities of it, and like the natural tendency to draw things to a conclusion, which Ramona did really nicely. And then there's the other aspect, which is where you just rumble, which is also really interesting. It's quite interested in those two extremes. Okay, I'm trying to think, I've got a couple of ideas of what to do this, but let's just try 2 chairs. 2 people, so if you three, thank you, come on, we'll just try 2 people. Thank you. Closer together, okay. Can we try Stephen and Alex? Okay, and we'll decide between the 2 of you who's going to start. No, but now we know. It's alright, that's gone out the window. It's fine, we know. I'm just going to start. We need you to, so I'm just trying to find a word like parameter in the speaking.